individual racism they may face.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is a systemic issue, but I think that, you know, where we have services that are underfunded, where black women themselves in those services are under greater scrutiny, those black women don't have the autonomy perhaps to do what they want, in terms of, you know, wanting to support other black women. And so, you know, there are situations where black women midwives feel that they have to take on the rules and the regulations of the organisation, so they themselves are discriminating against other black women. But I think that we need, it really needs a concerted effort throughout society to effect change.
Thank you.
Okay.
And thank you so much.
Oh, is that? Oh, good.
Yes, it is. Do you want to say something more, or are you okay with it ending it there?
Yeah, I'm okay with it ending there. I just think if I want to say more, I mean, the only things that I would say more is that I think we need to see more black women involved in research, in setting the agenda, and in affecting change.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's interesting because it's the way I'm approaching this thesis is that, again, it's interesting because it has to be, by definition, this project has to be interdisciplinary because I'm looking at black women. And the same thing goes for the health issues that I'm looking at. And so there was a push in the beginning for me to focus on mental health, and I'm like, well, I am, but also by virtue of focusing on mental health, I have to think about all the other ways that particularly anti-blackness runs through the gamut of like kind of health services in this country in particular. And I think there is I think it's why I'm seeing this kind of shift in comparison to kind of health movements for white communities and activist movements within the white community, where they could focus on disparate kind of issues because they could, whereas black women, particularly in the 80s, I'm finding, weren't able to, because they were, not only were they spokespeople for their communities, it also meant that they, when they were focusing on themselves, all of these issues were interdisciplinary. You know, housing, health at schools, sickle cell, the sin bins, you know,
absolutely.
Policing, all of these things come, and reproductive justice, you know.
Absolutely.
So much of policing and having safe policing and stop and search is also about reproductive justice. It is. It's about, are black women allowed to have kids who, you know, don't grow up to prematurely die, you know? And
absolutely. So, I think reproductive justice is really important. As you say, it pulls together all of the different components of our lives. It's really the glue in all those things, and so, but thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope it's helpful.
It absolutely has